welcome to a new video where I'll be reviewing the Beyond Meat vegan burger. I'm gonna make a kinda luxurious version of it with like fancy toppings and self-made whole grain buns. But first of all, the reason why I'm so interested in that product is it is super hyped in the US and sold so many times, and it just recently came to Germany. Plus, the fucking crazy thing is that even Bill Gates invested in this burger. So it cannot be bad if the richest man on earth is investing in this thing? Hell no! Before we directly head into tasting it, I want to take a look at the nutrition facts and ingredients of this patty. So those are the main ingredients in there: water, pea protein isolate, expeller pressed canola oil, refined coconut oil, contains 2% or less of the following. From looking at this alone, it is really hard to tell how much oil and how much fat is in there because it doesn't say like percentages of pea protein, for example, and then the canola oil and all. But when looking at the nutrition facts, it says calories from fat 170 and the total calories are 270. That means like more than half of the calories of this thing come from fat. You have to take into consideration that 1 gram of fat contains more calories than, for example, 1 gram of protein. On this sheet you cannot really see the total amount of fats, it just says saturated fat 5 gram, which is also, could be better. But at the same time it also has quite a lot of protein, 20 grams, which is not bad. 3 grams of fiber, also not too bad for a burger after all. Some vitamin C, calcium, iron, quite a lot iron, and phosphorus, also a lot. They claim to use non-GMO ingredients, which is a really good thing, but at the same time, all those acids that I can see in the ingredient list doesn't really make me 100% happy. As well as the canola oil and the coconut oil. But when seeing that, you can definitely just cut out on oil when you're frying it in the pan. Just leave out the oil and just use the natural oil that is already in there. But now we talked enough. Now it is time for frying burgers. My awesome self-made buns are done, so now it is time for the burger. First of all, I put some hummus as my burger base. Next off, I'll put my rucola underneath, as well as my olives. Here comes the baby. Oh, beautiful. On top, I'm gonna put some spring onions and tomato, some capsicum. And then we're gonna close the beauty with some basil and lettuce. Wait, there's more basil. Basil! Oh. And lettuce.
Now we can close it. Ta-da!
Oh, no! Clearly we haven't done one of the most important things.
Tasting it! Whee!
Let's do this. Fake mukbang. You know that I hate eating burgers because they are so giant and I never really know how to fit them in my mouth in the entire size. Oh my gosh. It's really good. You know, I think I haven't had meat in like 1.5 years, 2 years or something. But this is really crazy because it almost tastes like beef. It is really, really, really close. Because usually you have substitutes that don't really taste like it at all. But this is like pretty damn close. Like, if I wouldn't know it is a vegan burger, then I would just eat it and probably spit it out because I'm like, no, this is beef. Why are you giving me beef? But first, I'm gonna enjoy my beef burger. No. So now that I'm done with eating the vegan luxurious burger, I want to share some of my thoughts about the taste. When thinking about something meaty that I ate before that is really similar to the taste of this, it is actually Royalty S from McDonald's. It is kind of trying to imitate beef, if you ask me. Texture-wise, it is actually kind of problematic before you fry it because it is almost falling apart. That's why I had it on the plate and then I just dropped it like this. But after frying, it gets a really good texture, and when you fry it for kind of long, then it also gets like crispy and browny like usually the burgers are. For me, the texture is perfect because it still doesn't have that hard bite to it that you have when eating meat, which is something I never liked. And I think if you want it more juicy, then you can also have it because I felt like when I was frying it, there was a lot of liquid coming out of the patty itself. I like it more crispy crunchy, that's why I was just frying it for longer and waiting until the liquid was gone, but if you like it more juicy, then you can definitely also do it with this patty. So all in all, it was definitely a successful test. Like the taste, like the texture, fit it together with the other ingredients that I put together myself. It is really quick to fry in the pan. If you do it on high temperature, then it maybe takes like 5 minutes. And the awesome and funny thing about all the vegan stuff is that you can still eat it raw. I was so curious before frying it that I just tasted it like that, and with actual meat, you could never do that. You would die. Anyway, when talking about price and value, I am still like, I paid around €3.50 for one patty. When comparing it to the things that I could do myself at home, then the price is like kind of too much. Because if I'm making a batch out of like chickpea patties or something, then I would probably have a price at around 50 cents to €1 a piece. And then you can just have several ones in a run and prepare them ahead and stuff. So probably for me, still being at a student budget, that would be more worth it, although you probably won't get as close to the taste as this one is to actual meat. For me that's okay, because I don't really miss the meat. I'm not really the meat taste supporter, but for people who miss it or who are just starting to go vegan, it's an awesome option. And also for me, like, sometimes in between, it's quite nice to have some variation. But if you get it as a vegan substitute of a burger that you can eat out at a restaurant, then it's definitely a way better option. In vegan restaurants or restaurants that have vegan burger options, you usually pay around 8 to 10 to 12 euros or something, I guess. So then it's a way better price for a product that probably nails it more than some random restaurant out there. And also for the convenience of not having to prepare it like every single time, it is really nice. So thumbs up from me and a big recommendation, although I for myself would probably rather create my own patties at home. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Did you try the burger already? And do you have some other recommendations for me what things I should do a review on? Check out my other vegan content, and I would love to see you in my next video and also on my social media channels. So until then, bye bye!